My name's Duddits, I do builds and stuff, and I'll tell you what Guardians, I've got an absolute treat for you today because we're going to be focusing on Touch of Malice and a build that is going to enable us to spam our Touch of Malice final round very safely, and we can just hammer this weapon to its maximum. Look at the state of that, and we're going to be severing everything and suspending everything. Just look at the state of that on the left hand side. We've got absolutely all sorts going on in this build. Woven mail and resist. Stay tuned, I'm going to break it all down. So, Touch of Malice, it is a scout rifle, 260, exotic. If the final round in the magazine deals bonus damage, drawing from the wielder's life force and then regenerates itself, rapidly defeating targets, restores health. This is getting buffed at the beginning of next season. And it also has charge with blight on there, precision hit, strain combatant's life force, and charge up a ball of darkness, hold to reload, and then you fire a big arc blast. This is also getting changed. The whole gun is getting some buffs for next season, which we'll go through at the end of the video. And it also has a Touch of Malice catalyst, rapid precision hits, temporarily increases stability and the reload speed. That is basically rapid hit. So what we're going to do now is just test how much damage we can take just with a normal setup, just a bog standard 100 resilience, 10 resilience. You're going to see in that bottom left there, if you can just keep an eye on it, I will put a little arrow there so you can see. I managed to get to 19 final rounds and then the 20 have killed me. So having 20 final round bullets, that is draining my life force. So just remember that number, 19. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add Thread of Warding, picking up an Orb of Power, grants Woven Mail. Woven Mail encases your body with a protective mesh. Strand is a 40% damage reduction, plus obviously your tier 10 damage reduction. So it all stacks up nicely. And you're going to see a bit of a difference. So pick up that orb for your Thread of Warding, and then what you're going to see again on that bottom left is I'm going to be able to get all the way up to +4. So it goes past the 19 and then another 4 rounds. So it's basically like an extra 5 bullets via the Woven Mail. So just picking up the Woven Mail enables us just, let's just say 5 or 6 extra bullets, which is in set of situations already pretty good. But like I said, this weapon is getting buffed, but we can add a little bit more to this with the Stag. Your Rift provides a damage reduction to allied guardians standing in it and yourself. It grants Rift energy when you are critically wounded on your death, and it also creates a healing Rift. This is a further 25% damage reduction. So you're going to see here, get that orb, I've got the Thread of Warding going on, I've got resist ×2, Woven Mail, look at the state of that, and it manages to just infinitely fire that Touch of Malice as long as I've got my Rift going. So it's a really strong setup. As it stands right now, it's already pretty good, but like I keep saying, this weapon is getting buffed where the final round will no longer be able to kill us. So I believe this little mini setup is going to be absolutely crazy. But what I found is running around collecting orbs to collect your Thread of Warding isn't really the best. So Powerful Attraction, whenever you use your Rift, which you're going to be using with your Stag, that is automatically going to collect Orbs of Power. So that is basically going to proc everything you've seen. I run 3 of them, and I also run a better already. Your health regenerates immediately after picking up an Orb of Power, and then I run 2 recuperations, replenishes health each time you'll pick up an Orb of Power. You can mix and match these up. I found this little combo the best, but we're going to have that going on. Your Powerful Attraction. As soon as you get damaged, just watch that orb. This is the Powerful Attraction kicking in. You're going to see a big radius. Watch that orb. I'm not going to run and pick it up. I'm just going to simply put my Rift down. That Powerful Attraction is going to kick in, and the orb is automatically going to come to me, and that is going to proc everything you've seen. You've got the resist ×2, you've got the Woven Mail, that's the Thread of Warding, you're picking that orb up, you've got your resist ×2 from your Stag, and you've got a little health regeneration from the recuperation mods. So it's a really nice little setup. And what I do particularly like about this as well is with Weaver's Call, when you get damaged, you just smash your Rift down, pick everything up, and you're just going to throw him a couple of Threadlings his way as well. So damage me if you dare, mate. You're going to get some Threadlings thrown at you, and a final round damage from the Touch of Malice bullet. So as soon as it damage you, you just basically like Uno reversing them, and you're just going to instantly throw Threadlings at them and just smash them with your Touch of Malice. So as you can see, I'm taking quite a lot of damage. This is just a normal lost sector. I've got some other clips to show you later on, but you can sort of see here, as long as I'm standing in my Rift, I've got that Woven Mail resist ×2 going on. You are pretty safe. So just to clarify, Powerful Attraction is an absolutely must-have for this build, because you don't want to be running around for orbs when you're using Touch of Malice, just let them come to you very nicely. Now, I tried this in a couple of Lost Sectors. It was pretty good up to your power level 1830, and I also tried the raids, and I didn't really die a lot in the raid at all. The only times I really died was for like the odd wipe, or if I jumped off the map or something, did something stupid. But the damage you get from Touch of Malice does feel really nice, and like I said, as long as you're in that rift, you are pretty safe anyway. And it just absolutely melts yellow bars in Root of Nightmares raid. I do believe this weapon will be really good next season with builds like this. There is other things to consider, things like Laurel's, and things like the Crytachnus Facade on the Hunter, for example, or even Devour. But I do think I've tested quite a lot, and I do think this little build, this little setup, maximises the output of your Touch of Malice, like with the Woven Mail and everything going on. But it absolutely shreds everything in the Root of Nightmares raid. And then obviously, because we are on a Strand Warlock, we are going to take advantage of the other aspects on the Strand Warlock, the Mind Spun Invocation, where you can consume your Threadling Grenade or your Grap or your Shackle Grenade, to suspend or give Threadlings. I personally like consuming my Grapple Grenade to enhance that Weaver's Trance, and you're just literally going to be able to spam your last round in your Rift with everything you've seen going on, and you're going to be able to suspend everything left, right and centre. There is another fragment that is really good with this build. It enables us to use Sever, the Sever debuff effect for enemies as well. Thread of Isolation, landed precision rapid hits, emits a severing burst from the target. So Sever is a really good debuff. It also debuffs enemies' damage to you by 30%, which will be 40% next season. So I'm not sure if you've seen all that little green thing around them, that little burst. That is that fragment kicking in. It's going to sever him and sever anything else that's around him. So it's further out, stopping their damage to you as well, which obviously all works perfectly with everything else you've seen going on, the Stag, the Woven Mail. So just being able to sever targets, that fragment is severely underused and it's absolutely busted. Really good fragment, and I just want to sort of clarify again, Sever at the moment is a 30% debuff for enemies, but it is getting changed to 40% at the beginning of next season. So severing enemies by 40% is really strong. Now, in the state of the game, the one that didn't go down very well with the community, they did actually leave some information on Touch of Malice. What there was, they did say what there was looking at. There was looking at changing it. Is what they're doing. Increases the final round damage in PvE by 20%, which is a bonus, an absolutely massive bonus. Decrease the self damage from the final round from 10 to 7, which is again another buff. Final round damage can no longer kill the user. That is absolutely massive. Increase the health awarded by the Touch of Mercy perk from 30 to 75. Set up Touch of Mercy perk to work like Unrelenting, and then the Ball of Darkness appropriately deals arc damage and now will blind and unstop champions. So an all-round absolutely huge buff for this weapon at the beginning of Season 22, which is only a few days away. I've really enjoyed running this build over the last couple of days. All I'm going to do now is leave everything playing out, the build and everything, all my fragments, aspects, etc. And I'll also leave a dim link in the video description. Like I said, I usually go through my mods and fragments and everything like that, but with the new season coming out on Tuesday, the mods and things like that might be cheaper, and I might have a completely different setup, but the base sort of build is all in there. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and have an excellent weekend.